Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you my current everyday winter makeup look. I've been wearing this makeup look a lot in my current videos. For the holidays, I wore this eyeshadow look and this makeup look a lot. It's super simple, very up my typical neutral glam alley, but I've been incorporating some newer products into my routine that I wanted to share with you guys, and I just thought it was finally time for an updated everyday makeup, especially I think the last one I did was in the summer, and my everyday routine definitely shifts depending on the weather. So today I'm going to be showing you the everyday makeup look that I have been loving to do this winter. And when I say everyday, these are for those days where I want to get a little bit more glam and wear a full face. This is the look that I have been going for. Most days off camera, I'm a concealer, mascara, gloss kind of girl, if I'm being honest with you. But when I want to get a little bit more glam, this is the exact look. And these are the exact products that I've been using. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to see my everyday winter makeup, let's go ahead and jump on into it. As I'm sure you guys can see, my brows are already done. I started filling them in with my favorite tried and true ABH Brow Wiz. I skipped over that because you guys have seen me do that so much here on my channel, but I did want to show you, you guys know I always go in with a brow powder, and I recently worked with Shop Miss A, and they sent over this Amuse Cosmetics eyebrow powder, and I have been loving this in my brows. I've been using this every single day, switching it up from my Profusion brow powder that you guys know I love. This is what it looks like. This is color number 1. I believe this is the lightest one they have, and it's like just matches my brows. If anything, it's a little darker than I usually go for. So I'm just going to go in with this powder on a little eyebrow brush and just lightly brush it through. It's definitely going to add a little bit more depth to my brows and make them look a little bit more dark. You guys will definitely have to excuse my hair today. I tried doing those heatless robe curls, which I typically love, but I did them on second day hair that had been already straightened. So my hair didn't really take to the curls too well because it was like kind of straight. I think it didn't really wrap around the robe too well. I've been trying to go heatless on my hair for a couple days, so I didn't want to touch it up with a curling iron or anything. So this is what we're working with today. Now I'm going to go in and carve out my brows with the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I don't think I've talked about this yet on my channel. Very like YSL Touche Éclat vibes. If your mom ever had that in her makeup bag, this is what that reminds me of. But I've been loving this concealer. I might make another e.l.f. video soon because I got a gift card for Christmas, so there are some new things that I want to order and test out from them. But I've been loving this brightening concealer, and I have it in the shade Light 26 Neutral. Okay, I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. We are going to get started on the eyeshadow. I don't know what made me pick this palette back up, but I have been absolutely in love with this ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. The shades in here are just everything that I love, and even though I would consider this more of like a spring summer palette with these oranges and these pinky tones, I've really just been loving kind of like this bottom row, which is like really fall appropriate. We're in winter now. It's very winter appropriate. Very like deep warm tone, smoky, not too bright and spring-like I would say the rest of this palette really is. But definitely the past few weeks this has been my go-to palette. So I'm going to start off with the shade West Side right down here, which is just like that perfect transition shade that I use all the time. And I'm going to start by running this through my crease. I would definitely say that the look that I'm going to be doing today is similar to ones that I've done in the past, but a little bit deeper and a little bit more smoky, if you will. Like it's those same typical brown shades, but I really like to build it up super intense on the eye. The formula of ColourPop eyeshadows are just so good. I love them so much. Sometimes I kind of put them aside for a while and then I forget just how good they actually are. Now that we have that shade built up in the crease, I'm going to actually take the same shade just on a little bit of a smaller, more precise packing brush, and I'm just going to pack it on the outer corner because I want to go for a true smoky look. And I find that the best way to get that, of course, is by building up the shades from lightest to darkest. So I want to put down a little bit of a base before we start getting darker on the outer corner. And I've been really loving these brushes too. These were also from Shop Miss A in the video I did with them a couple videos back. These are from their little pink brush set. It's like 10 brushes for $10 in the carrying case. These brushes are really, really great. I've been using them almost every single day since I got them for my eyeshadow. Now moving on to the next shade, I'm going to jump on over to the shade Feel Free. It's a little hard to see with the holographic background, but this is the shade right here, and I really like it because it's deep, it's smoky, it's really great for deepening up the outer corner, which is what I want for this like everyday smoky eye. But I don't know if you guys can tell how it's showing on camera. It's definitely more of a deep purpley brown than like that true mid-tone chocolatey brown that I tend to go for a lot. So I'm going to take it on the same brush and just start packing this on the outer corner to really, really deepen up this look. Oh, that's just such a nice color for the outer corner. Okay, so I'm definitely going to jump back to the outer corner shade and some blending in a little while, but I want to go ahead and pop on my lid shade because I've just been so excited to talk about this with you guys. And after I apply this, I'm going to have to touch up my outer corner shade anyway, so I figured I'd just jump on into this. So this is the Kaja Beauty Eyeshadow Stack. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I will definitely have it linked down below, but this is the shade Rosewater. I was admiring these in Sephora, and my cousin actually got it for me, which was so nice. He remembered that I was looking at these. These are so cool. I am so interested in Kaja Beauty. This is the only thing that I've ever tried from them. But if you guys can see, it's just like this little eyeshadow stack. And when you flip up each section, I believe this has 3 different colors in it. So this one is more like pink themed. Again, it is called Rosewater. And oh my gosh, this is just so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this trio, you guys. I definitely want to play around with all 3 of these one day, but I've been loving this first shade on my lid. I have used this a couple of times and there definitely is some fallout. There's still some glitter on my face from when I used this yesterday. You guys could use some glitter glue, but honestly, it's just so much easier for me to go right in with my finger. And look at that. It is one of the most intense, insanely pigmented, amazing lid shades that I have ever tried. And it makes me want to get all of these stacks in every single color because it is just so amazingly good. I honestly feel like it really just speaks for itself, and I feel like to me this is like a perfect bridal lid shade. If you are a bride that wants to be like very glam, you're not afraid of some glitter on your wedding day, I feel like this is definitely something I would wear on my lid on my wedding day. It just opens up the eye so much and looks so beautiful. I cannot get enough of this, and it works amazing on a brush too. Like to get in the inner corner, I'm just taking it on this little flat brush, no spray or anything, and you guys can see it's just as pigmented as when I use my finger. Okay, so I just did my mascara off camera to save a little bit of time, but moving on to the face for my everyday winter makeup routine, I absolutely love this Milani Prime Perfection Hydrating Face Primer. I know I haven't talked about this a ton on my channel, but behind the scenes off camera, this is something that I use a lot in the colder months when my skin is feeling dry, and I really like this because it's hydrating, but it is oil free. And it's pretty much kind of just like a moisturizer on the skin. If you guys have any sort of oily skin at all, I don't know if you would love this. By the end of the day, this is something that makes me look a little bit greasy, but throughout the day it keeps me nice and hydrated. So I'm just going to start rubbing this in all around my face, and it just feels so good. It's pretty much just like a moisturizer. I also really like this because it has a little bit of that cooling feeling. Like it almost has a little bit of a what is that called? Like a minty smell to it. And I think that's because it has the where is it? I think it has menthone or something in it, which kind of gives it that cooling feeling and that minty smell. I love that for my initial layer of hydration, but you guys know I always have to go in with just a little bit of my Poreless Putty Primer just to kind of smooth out some areas and cover up the texture. This is just my favorite. I have to use it every day. For my foundation today, the one that I've been using on a pretty much daily basis these past couple of weeks is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. This is the $5 super popular foundation foundation that you guys can get at Dollar General. I do have a whole review, first impression, wear test video up on my channel on this foundation. I really like this, you guys. It was definitely a shock to me, but I could see why so many people here on YouTube love this. The bottle and everything is amazing for it only being $5. It has just been such a favorite. And I have this in the shade Soft Beige, which isn't completely perfect. It has like a little bit of a pinkish undertone for my skin. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to tell, but for the most part, it matches me pretty okay. And I'm just going to start dotting this around the face. And then I have a little sponge to blend it out. This foundation just looks so nice on the skin. I remember how surprised I was when I first tested it out that it was only $5. And from a place like Dollar General, I just would never think to buy my makeup there. And I do think that Believe Beauty is exclusive to Dollar General as well. And this foundation definitely makes me want to try more from the brand. But you guys can see just how nice it looks on the skin. Just going in for a second layer now to really build up the coverage on my face. I find that especially with the damp sponge, this is only like medium-ish coverage, so I have to go in with 2 layers to get the full coverage that I like. I mean, I think going back to the shade, it is a pretty nice shade. As I said, I think it's like a hair pink on me. I think if you kind of look at my neck and shoulders, my face is just missing a little tiny bit of that warmth factor. And I don't like my foundations to be too yellow, but I think this is a little bit more pink toned than neutral. But when I purchased my foundations, they had very slim pickings, and you can't return Open Cosmetics to Dollar General, so I just had to kind of guess my shade and go with it. My current favorite concealer combination is from e.l.f. Both of them. This one first is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. You guys know my tried and true favorite. And then as I mentioned earlier, I've been trying out this Flawless Brightening Concealer and I absolutely love it. I haven't used it on its own yet underneath my eyes, but I find that the combination of it with the Hydrating Camo Concealer is just so good. The Hydrating Concealer by itself is already amazing. But adding the Flawless Brightening Concealer to it just adds a little bit more oomph, a little bit more brightness and coverage to my under eye, and this has been my go-to under eye combo. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. one. They're both from e.l.f. I'm going to take a little bit of the Hydrating Camo right on the inner corner and just a little tiny bit going up this way to kind of lift up the eye here. And then I'm going to take the Flawless Brightening Concealer. It's a little bit darker in shade as well, so it will kind of even out the super bright shade of the camo and kind of attach those in the middle. And then I also take the brightening concealer down my nose and on my chin as well. And yes, I know it's a lot of concealer, but this is just how I like to do my makeup. While my concealer is setting into the skin before I powder it, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild contour stick to contour my nose. This is something that I've been loving to do. I find that the cream contour is just a little bit more intense than powder and really helps to slim out the appearance of my nose. So I'm just going to blend it out with my sponge. It really fades to be really nice and light, but it helps a lot in the nose contour process. And just to kind of clean it up and to make sure I didn't take it too far in, I'm going to add another thin line of the concealer and blend it out with the opposite end of the sponge to keep the highlight going down the bridge. Just like that, super easy. Now I'm going to jump back and finish up my under eye, and I'm going to take the dark shade that I used on my outer corner, but I'm going to warm it up a little bit with this shade right here, which is called ICYMI. I do not know what that means, but it's this warm shade right here. I'm just going to dip a little bit in each and run that shade under my eye. I've been really liking to curl my lashes after I have the mascara on. Just do it really gently and make sure your mascara is 100% dry before you do something like this, because you don't want the wet lashes to stick and then pull off when you pull the curler off. But as you guys can see the difference, it just really lifts the lashes a lot, because you know they tend to kind of get pushed down and stuff when I go back in and do more blending with my eyeshadow. To bronze my skin today, I'm going to go in with the Malibu Glit face powder. This was another $1 makeup product from Shop Miss A that has become quickly incorporated into my everyday makeup routine. I just really like the shade of this and the formula. I don't know if it's because it's a face powder. It's just like super light and easy to work with and blend. But I've just been really enjoying this bronzer, and I figured it's like a nice change up from the ones that I typically use, like e.l.f. and stuff like that you guys see me use all the time. For blush today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Face Duo in the shade Lychee. This blush right here has been like that perfect deep nude that I love to wear every single day. And I've been really liking a strong blushy cheek. So I'm just going to really pack this on the cheeks. Not too strong, like a bright pink cheek, but just like that nice, intense, flushed look. I'm still so obsessed with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. This is the highlighter that I use every single day in my day-to-day life. In real life, I feel like when I film, I'm always trying my best to switch up my products for you guys, but look how much I've used this. I dip into this every single day for my highlighter. So I figured today was the day I was going to use this again on camera, because this is truly the highlighter that I use in my everyday makeup routine. Ooh, it is just so good. I know Anastasia just released a new highlighter that I haven't really looked into yet, but I'd be really curious to get my hands on that one and try it out. Although it looked a little bit more icy than Amrezy. If any of you guys have tried it, you'll have to let me know how you like it. Lastly, to finish up my everyday makeup look, I have been loving this nude lip combination for about 2 weeks now-ish, I want to say. I have been using these same lip products. So the first thing I'm going to do is line my lips with the ColourPop Little One lip liner. Some days I will go ahead and just leave my lips here, but I've been very inspired by all of these nude lip videos that I've been seeing on TikTok. So many girls have been testing out so many different beautiful nude lip combos. So it inspired me to dig through my drawer and try to come up with one on my own. And I've been really liking the darker lip liner. Not too dark, just a little bit darker than the lipstick, being a little bit lighter in the center of my lips. So this is the L'Oreal Color Riche matte lipstick in the shade 802. It's a beautiful nude shade that leads a little bit more on the pinky side. I know this seems like a lot of steps, but just to nude it out a little bit more, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Seriously Satin lipstick in the shade Cream. But no, we are not done yet. I have been very into layering my lip products. So last but not least, I'm going to take this Wet n Wild lip gloss in the shade Send Nudes and apply that in the center of my lips as well. Alright you guys, so that is going to complete this video. Here is my current everyday makeup routine for the winter time. I absolutely love this look. This is just like that look that makes me feel so confident, so glam, like I am ready for anything. I'm sure you guys have a look like that and you know what I'm talking about. And I'm just so happy with how it turned out today. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this video. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!